Hi children, we are going to start the video classes. Today I am going to discuss about the inheritance. So we will see the definition of inheritance, the types of inheritance, how inheritance topic will useful in object oriented programming, especially in C++. Definition of inheritance. Inheritance is a process in which one object acquires all the properties and behaviors of its parent object automatically. In such a way, you can reuse, extend, or modify the attributes and behaviors which are defined in other class. So that means what? In C++, especially in inheritance topic, so one parent class and one child class. Here two classes are there. In parent class, all the properties going to created into the child class. This concept is called inheritance. A parent means a parent class also called base class, superclass, or parent class. For example, a father has a property, that means in terms of lands, house, cars, money, whatever it may be, the all money, all the property automatically going to added into the children account. How? A simple concept that is called inheritance. The same manner here also two classes. In two classes, one class is considered as a parent class and second class considered as a child class. All the members, all the attributes, all the characteristics, all the behaviors of the parent class automatically we can implement or access by the child class. This concept is called inheritance. We will see this concept in animated video. Before going to see the animated video, I would like to explain the advantages of inheritance. If you develop an application using this concept, then that application have following advantages. The first advantage is application development time is very less. That is the first advantage to following of the inheritance concept. The second advantage is application take less time. It's very less time it will take and less memory also. The third advantage, execution time is also less. And fourth advantage, performance is enhanced. And fifth advantage, redundancy of the code is reduced or minimized so that we get a consistency results and less storage cost. Use of virtual keyword. These are all advantages of inheritance. So let's see the animated video that explain the concept of inheritance in C++. Understand the concept of inheritance to seeing of the diagrams on display. Here, an inheritance concept explaining of two banks. One is established in 90s and second one is established in 20s. So here 90s banks maintaining some type of features and also 20s banks also maintaining some type of features. But the features between the 90s and 20s, a lot of difference is there. But what is the difference? The 20s bank going to having the more features than the 19th bank. So 19th bank and 20th bank, the features not totally different, but the 20th bank going to have the extra features. That is the only difference. So what is the inheritance? It is nothing but, so it's going already foundation laid down in 90s is going to construct the new floors in 20s. That is nothing but inheritance. Please try to put your focus on here to understanding of the concept inheritance in a proper way. How the inheritance concept helping here? Two banks are there. The bank system that are existed in 90s, the bank system that are existed in 20s, all not same. But we are going to add the extra features. Just look at the picture here. And 19th bank, here four features are there. The first one is the add money, withdraw money, taken loan, display account details. But in 20th bank, apart from these four features, the extra three features are added. What are they? The first one is online money transfer. The second one is online paychecks. The seventh one is use of credit card and debit cards. These three features not existed in 90s but latterly developed. So what is the advantage of the inheritance concept here? What already was there, so it is going to add extra features what already existed. So this is the actual advantage and using of the inheritance concept in programming language. Here, what is the advantage here? Here, advantage is a reusability of code. So we need not to construct all new things here. We need not to declare all new things here. What already existed, we are going to add a new things to the already existed one. For this, we can save the time, we can save the memory, we can save the money also. This is the usage of inheritance. And what is the syntax for the inheritance concept? I already explained in this concept between two classes. The Two classes are, one is called parent class or superclass or base class. The second one is called as child class or derived class or subclass. So let's see the example in animate way. This is a syntax for inheritance class. Here we are seeing the syntax of the inheritance class. Here just look at the screen. Class, subclass name, access mode, superclass name. So already told, subclass also called as child class or else also called as derived class or child class. The superclass also called as parent class or base class. What is the syntax here? Here a class, superclass, subclass, colon, access mode. I will explain what is the access mode later. And after access mode, superclass, also called parent class or base class. I want emphasizing one more time here, a syntax is very important. Class, subclass name, we can give any name here, we can put any name here. Subclass also called as child class or derived class, colon, access mode, superclass name also called as parent class or base class. In between, data members and methods. So here I would like to explain on, I will explain what is the access mode and what is a colon. Access mode is used to specify the mode in which the public, private are protected. Here, properties of superclass will be inherited into subclass in the form of public, private or protected. So giving of access to the superclass to subclass, some restrictions are there. This is one also called as access mode. Access mode are three types. First one is private, second one is public, third one is protected. We will explain regarding of these three modes in coming classes. Second, one more thing is colon. Colon is the operator which is used for inheriting the features of base class into derived class. It improves the functionality of derived class. This is the uses of colon that you are using in a syntax. Here is the one more example to understanding this concept clearly. Here one class name is there. What is the name of the class? Rectangle. And that is the name of the class. After that, a class area, colon, public, rectangle. The class area is the subclass of a superclass rectangle. Rectangle is a superclass and area is a subclass. Now look at one more child class is here or subclass is here. What is the name of one more subclass? That is called perimeter. Perimeter also child class for rectangle. So this rectangle superclass has two child classes. One is area, second one is perimeter. Look at the screen carefully. Here the explanation is given. Class rectangle. Rectangle is a superclass or parent class. And second thing, here area also called as subclass or child class or derived class. And last one, the perimeter. The perimeter also called as subclass or child class or derived class. And next slide. Now, how the inheritance concept inherited by child classes explained here very clearly. rectangle is a superclass. From the rectangle, the properties are going to add into the child class, that is area, and the second one is the perimeter. So you can observe here the arrows are going from rectangle, that means parent class to children classes. First one is area, second one is rectangle. The two arrows, first one is the red one, second one is the yellow. Simply what is going on here in this process, rectangle properties, all the data members, methods are going to add into the child class. That means all the rights, all the accessibility going to access by the child class from the superclass or parent class, that is rectangle. Example of inheritance. For more clarification, just look at here. Here two classes are given. The first one is animal, second one is dog. So dog inherits the properties from its superclass animal. What is the superclass here? Animal is a superclass. What is the subclass here? Dog is a subclass. Now we can take any example like this. For example, take vehicle as a superclass and car as a subclass. From the vehicle, we can create many subclasses. So all properties of the superclass are going to add to the child class or subclasses. So it is nothing but, without writing of number of lines of code again and again, once what the code written in the superclass, all the code we can access into the child class for what? To saving of the time and saving of the memory and saving of the money. So it is so advantageous in concept of inheritance. It is called reusability of the code or extendability of the code. Here we will see the small program of inheritance. Here there is a class, the name of the class is animal. Here access mode public, it has 4 legs. The animal has 4 legs. And as for the syntax, here subclass and superclass both are combined with the operator colon. So class dog is a subclass and class animal is a superclass. Here please focus on here. Here tail equal to 1. So actually the animals always has one tail. Here one method is given, that is called main method. Here try to understand. Here dog is object. Here cout legs are, how many legs are there, it will going to print, and cout tail, how many tails are there, it's going to print out. Here try to understand. Please have attention here. In parent class we are declaring only 4 legs. In child class we are declaring only 1 tail. But in child class we are not declaring about the 4 legs. In parent class we are not declaring about the tail, even though the property of animal automatically going to access by the child class. So how it going to access? Simple thing, that is based on inheritance. What the properties are having by the parent class automatically accessed by the child class with the using of the concept inheritance. Now look at here, what is the output? The output is, we will get the output 4 legs and 1 tail, even though we are not declaring in child class about the legs, but we will get the output 4 legs and 1 tail because of inheritance. Please understand here clearly. Already we wrote the code in parent class. The same code we are not writing in child class, even though we are using the same code in child class. Because of this, we are saving the number of lines of code and we are saving the memory, we are saving the time. This is the actual advantages of the using of the concept in object oriented language. Look at the slide, more clearly explained here. So class animal is a superclass. Try to understand. Please put your focus on here. It's clearly mentioned in a blue color. Class animal is a superclass. It has 4 legs. And now understand the second slide. Here in green color, emphasizing on one thing, that is about tail. The tail is mentioned in a child class, and above already declared 4 legs in a parent class. In down in a green color, it tells one thing, that is about child class, the code of the child class. The both classes explaining the concept of inheritance clearly. Simple thing. Above properties are accessed by the child class, and both are including, we are going to get the output. What a beauty is here. Without mentioning of any code in child class, we are simply accessing all properties of the parent class. So is what a beautiful. This is the advantage using of the inheritance concept in object oriented programming or C++. So now how we are accessing the 4 legs and 1 tail? Simply in main method we are going to create one object. That is the syntax that we have to follow. What is the object here? Here object is dog. The dog D. It is a creating an object of subclass. So dog is a subclass. We are creating the object for a subclass. What is the name of the subclass? Dog. What is the D? D is the object that is created for a child class or subclass. Using of this object, we are going to access the properties of superclass and child class. So look at here, and we can easily understand. Here mention cout twice. One mention about the 4 legs, and second one mention about the 1 tail. We are going to access the both legs and tail in output. Dear students, till now we are understanding the concept of inheritance. So the syntax of the inheritance, the definition of the inheritance, the examples of the inheritance, what is the parent class, what is the child class, and what are the other names for the parent class, what are the other names for the child class, and syntax and everything that we have seen still now. We are going to discuss about the types of inheritance. So in C++, inheritance, it explains 5 types of inheritance. Based on number of ways inheriting the feature of base class into derived class, it have 5 types. They are: the first one is single inheritance, multiple inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, multiple inheritance, and hybrid inheritance. Once again, I would like to read for you to understanding the types of inheritance, because it is very important concept wise as well as exam oriented. The first one, the inheritance talks about single inheritance. Second one, multiple inheritance. Third one, hierarchical inheritance. The fourth one, multiple inheritance. The fifth one, hybrid inheritance. Multi-level, multiple, single, hierarchical, hybrid. We have to understand here. You may get some confusion to understanding of multi-level and multiple. Multi-level is different from the multiple. Here diagrams explains figuratively what is a single inheritance and what is a multi-level inheritance and multiple inheritance, hybrid inheritance, hierarchical inheritance. So there are 5 types of inheritance. The first one, single inheritance. What is a single inheritance? Here diagram explains about 2 classes. Try to understand here. Here only two classes are here. Two classes are here. Here explaining about single level inheritance. This one is the single level inheritance. What it explain? Single level inheritance, we have two classes. Please focusing on screen here. One is A and second one is B, and class A and class B. What is class A and class B? Why we call as single level inheritance? Simple. The connection between parent class and child class. Only parent class and child class. The connection or the relation between parent class and child class, that means one parent class and one child class. We have to understand clearly here. I am mentioning or emphasizing on one word, that is parent and child. It will be one parent class and it will be one child class. When there is a relation between one parent class and one child class, and this type of inheritance called as single inheritance. So now let's go for multi-level inheritance. Please look at here. So I am going to encircle this one, and this one is multi-level inheritance. Why we call as multi-level inheritance? Try to understand here. There are three classes, A, B, C. A considered as a superclass or parent class, and B considered as a child class or subclass, and C also considered as a child class. Here two child classes and one parent class. Here step by step, level by level. So one mediator is there, one down level is there, one topmost level is there. Here the topmost level class considered as a superclass, middle class considered as a child class, and last one considered as a, that one also considered as a child class. So the between parent, mediator and last one. That's why this middle class called as a intermediate subclass. What is the name of this class? Intermediate subclass. This subclass, intermediate subclass and superclass. That's why this one we call as multi-level inheritance, because here three levels are visible. And come to here, so one more type of inheritance. This one is called as multiple inheritance. What is the meaning of multiple inheritance? The multiple inheritance is nothing but two parent class having the relation with the one child class. Nothing but the child class, the one child class going to access the properties of two parent class or superclass. That type of inheritance called as multiple inheritance. Here A and B and C. What is A? A is a superclass. What is a B? B also a superclass. What is a C? C is a child class which accessing the properties of two parents class. This one is called as multiple inheritance. Let's go for hierarchical inheritance. Look at the middle figure. In middle figure, one parent class and remaining three are child classes. Look at here, a middle of the picture or middle of the screen. In here, this one is a superclass and B is a subclass and C also a subclass, and D also a subclass. So one parent class has 3 different children or 3 different child classes. This type of inheritance. So the properties of superclass are going to access by 3 different child classes. It's nothing but 3 A, B, C, A. So this type of derived classes and this type of declaration of the inheritance concept called as hierarchical inheritance. And the last one, this one is a hybrid, and this type of inheritance called as hybrid. Why we call as hybrid? Simple. What is the actual meaning of hybrid? The actual meaning of hybrid, it comes from 2 different things. The 2 different things production we call as a hybrid. The both are dissimilar, but the final product is not like B and not like C and not like A. So all of you know about hybrid fruits. So hybrid fruits means what? So they are mixed together and they combine together, the final product is different. The same manner here we mention about superclass A and B, C and D. Now superclass to intermediate subclasses, from intermediate subclass to child class. So now there is a from parent to subclasses, subclass to again to subclass. So intermediate subclass to subclass. When the order is like that, when the relation is like that, when the properties are accessing in this manner, this type of inheritance called as a hybrid. So hybrid inheritance. So we are going to see each and every type of inheritance in detailed manner. In detailed manner about types of inheritance in animated way. Please put your focus on here when and pictures are explaining the concept of types of inheritance. Try to understand it. Let's see. This video explains about single level inheritance. Single inheritance. I already explained in a figure single inheritance. Here only 2 classes. One class is base class, the second one class is derived class. So just look at the picture. So down one is a parent, the upper one we can call as a child. So the parent carrying the child. So the properties of parent automatically going to access by the child. 2 classes only. Please look at here, derived class and base class. Please put your focusing on syntax. Class A and class B. Class A considered as a parent class and class B considered as a subclass. It's code given in a parent class. This set of data functions which takes value from user and assign into data A. And this one is called as a derived class or child class. In this derived class, we are not writing anything here. The public access specifier we'll discuss in our next video. So here in child class, nothing is there, nothing is no code at all, no lines of code written here, even though the child class can access all the code of parent class. So this concept itself explain, this program explain the beauty of inheritance. Look at carefully, two classes are here. One class is parent class, second class is derived class, or we can call as superclass or subclass. In a superclass, a lot of code is there. In subclass, nothing is there except declaration of the child class, even though the all properties or all code of lines accessed by the child class. This is the amazing concept of inheritance. So class A inherited by class B, and we will access functions in class A by object of class B. We create the object, the child class. What is the name of the object? B class. We create the object. Through that object, we are accessing the properties of superclass. Just observe the output here. What is the output of this program? Even though you are not mentioning anything in derived class, so just you will observe what is the output here. Dear students, till now we discussed regarding single inheritance. Let's we go to discuss about multiple inheritance. What is a multiple inheritance? Just look at the picture. Here, two classes are there. From the two classes, one class derived. So, the above two classes we can call as parent classes. For derived class of the C. C class derived from two parent classes. One is class A and second one is class B. When this type of inheritance and this type of declaration will be there, that is called multiple inheritance. Just observe. In this type of inheritance, single derived class, please listen carefully, single derived class also called as subclass or child class. Yes, a single child class or single subclass or single derived class may inherit from two or more base classes. Please put your focus here. A single derived class inherit from two or more parent classes or superclasses or base classes. So here clearly explained about the multiple inheritance. In this picture, parent class A and parent class B and child class C. The child class C derived from two parent classes. This type of inheritance we call as multiple inheritance. So let's see. So many examples we can give regards multiple inheritance. When a class is derived from two or more base classes, such inheritance is called multiple inheritance. It allows us to combine the features of several existing classes into a single class. For example, petrol is derived from both liquid and fuel. So here, liquid and fuel both derived from petrol. Petrol is derived from both liquid and fuel. This comes from the liquid. In this example, liquid and fuel both are the parent classes and petrol is the derived class. So petrol comes from, it may be from liquid or fuel. Take another example. A child has character of both her father and mother. Any child, she or he, that person gets properties or gets characteristics or attribute from mother as well as father. Here mother, father, both are parents. So one child going to get the properties, going to access all the attributes or characters from two parents, mother and father. And this type of inheritance called as multiple inheritance. Let's see the example of or syntax of multiple inheritance. Already we discussed single inheritance. Now we are going to discuss about multiple inheritance. In this multiple inheritance, so try to observe the syntax here. I already explained. So child class derived from two parent class. So here two parents class are declared. One is base class 1 and second one is base class 2. And base class 1 and base class 2 both are considered as a parent class. Please try to understand. You may get some confusion. What is that? Base class also called as parent class or superclass. So the below one, here one more class is derived. What is the class? That is called child class. This child class derived from two parent classes. That's why this type of inheritance called as multiple inheritance. Please look at here. Here already I explained the syntax how we have to declare inheritance. And declaring of the inheritance in syntax, first one we mention about the subclass, after that we have to mention about the superclass. In other manner we can say that the first we have to explain or declare about the child class, then after that the parent class it will come. Here what is the child class or derived class? It is the class name. So visible mode, already know about the visible mode. The visibility of the mode in three types. First one is private, protect and public. We are going to see about visibility mode in coming videos. Here two classes are there. What are the two classes? First one is the parent class 1 and second one is the parent class 2. Base class 1, base class 2. These both classes are considered as a parent class. Please try to understand here. Here derived class is a child class and base class 1 and base class 2 as a parent class. So now the properties of parent class 1, the properties of parent class 2, or else the properties of base class 1, the properties of base class 2 accessed by the child class. That's why this concept called as a inheritance. What type of inheritance it is? This is multiple inheritance. Dear students, for more clarification of understanding of the multiple inheritance, I am going to explain one more example here. Try to focus on here. Here, totally 3 classes are there. First one is the class A is a parent class, and class B also a parent class, and class C, it is not a parent class, but it is a child class or derived class. This class comes from these two parents. This class comes from these two parents A and B. That's why it's a derived class, and is also called a child class of parent A and parent B. This is a good, beautiful example. A good syntax is given in slide. Look at here. The clear explanation of the parent class A, parent class B, and child class. So here, showing up the arrowing mark, explain, just learn the syntax, how to declare multiple inheritance. A beautiful example is given here. Class A, class B, both are parent class, and class C is the child class, and we have to focusing on syntax also. So, beautifully explained here, parent class, and child class. Now, how the child class accessing all the properties of parent class A and parent class B. Look at here, 2 arrows are given. The first one is red arrow, second one is yellow arrow. So, some properties that are belongs to class A and some properties that belongs to class B. Both the properties going to access by child class. What beautiful it is. Here, just look at here, box explain everything regarding of the multiple inheritance. Child class C inherit the properties of both class A and class B. Here, public string name and public int marks. So, in parent class A is mentioned about the name of the person, and class B is mentioning about the marks of the person. And one parent class explain specifically about name, and other class explains about specifically about marks. But in child class accessing the two different properties. So that's why this concept called as an inheritance concept, or this type of concept called as a multiple inheritance concept. So look at here, a clearly mentioned code also given here. Class A public colon string name, and class B public colon int marks. So public and public both are modes, two modes, public modes. And second thing, class C, so here accessing of the name and marks. What you are doing here is simply mention the name of the person and marks of the person. So creating the object in child class, what is the object name? Small c is the object name. So through that object we are accessing the name and marks. So what is the meaning of accessing? Simple. The accessing is nothing but the accessing of properties of A and properties of B. What is the output? Simple. This is the output given here. Just look at here in black screen. The output is visible. I already mentioned here, the first one is the name, second one is the marks. What is the name of the person? The name of the person is Adil Aslam. What is the marks of that person? The marks of that person is 19. What is the output? So in parent class mention about the name, parent class B mention about the marks, but both properties are accessed by the child class C, and it shows the output name as well as marks. Now we will see about multiple inheritance through animated video. So money is nothing but properties. So the child is taking money from dad and mom. That means accessing of the properties from two parents' classes. So both sides are accessing the properties. Please focusing on syntax of multiple inheritance. Derivative class name, access specifiers, base class, access specifiers and base class 2. What is the derivative class? Child is the derivative class. What is the first base class? Dad is the first base class. So this concept explains the multiple inheritance. Thank you so much. I will meet you in the next video.